Hello, student. In last lecture, we left one topic, application of IoT. So, what are the application of IoT? First application is at home. So buildings where people live, it controls the home and security system. Okay, remotely we can control our device by at any place, or we can say that if we sit at the office and we want to control our home device, or we want to monitor our home device, then we can also monitor or control it. Okay, so second is offices, energy management and security in office buildings improve the productivity, including for mobile employees. Okay, so this is also a very good thing. Third one is a factories, so places with a repetitive work routines, including hospitals and farms, operating efficiency, optimizing equipment use and inventory. Okay, so we can set the IoT devices in such places, and where we want to follow the any repetitive work, like in factories sometimes they place one manager or one person that look after the all the employees that are present or not. Okay, so this can also be done by with the IoT, that set one device that every employee should first when they come to the factory, they put their thumb on the IoT device, and his or her attendance is saved in the network, so that we don't require any human for do this task. Okay, also in hospitals, we all are aware that there are many type of data, like a heartbeat and all the SpO2 level, and this data can be collected from the patient and stored to the server, and then doctor can easily see or monitor the all the data. Okay, so and in farm, uh, in modern world, we use the data like humidity and soil moisture. Okay, so we can so farmer can improve their crop production. Okay, so we can set the some IoT device there also. Okay, so it will increase the of efficiency. Okay, ultimately. Then fourth one is vehicles including the car, trucks, ships, aircraft and trains. Condition based maintenance, uses based design and pre-sales analytics. Okay, so we can use IoT, like in car we see that many things are that in a display. Okay, so we can install one IoT device that connect with the internet, and display all the data on the display. Okay, so we can use the IoT device with the vehicle also. Okay, cities, public spaces and infrastructure in urban setting, adaptive traffic control, and smart meters. So this is a very important thing for electrical student, that we can make the smart meters. Okay, so smart meters can help in many ways. Okay, so in upcoming years, or we can say after a decade, we will see the smart meters are everywhere. Okay, sixth one is the work sites. It is custom production environment like mining, oil, gas, construction. Okay, so operating efficiency, predictive maintenance and health and safety all can monitor by using the IoT devices. Okay, so this is the application. Okay, so all these are application of the IoT. I already said you the Internet of Things, sensing, analytics and visualizing tools, anything, anytime, anywhere. Okay, so industries, policymaker, home personal user, decorative doctor and caretaker, all are connected with the internet. So all are can put that data on the internet and use whenever they required. Okay, so this is the uses or application of IoT. Okay, so now we start we up to now we studied all the basic concept. Okay, so basic things about the IoT and IoT devices. Okay, so now we are going to start our main thing, and that is a M2M and IoT. What is M2M? Okay, and why it is related with the IoT? Okay, so M2M is nothing but the machine to machine communication. Okay, and is a communication among the physical things, which do not need human intervention. Okay, so nowadays machine are intelligent enough that they can communicate with each other and exchange the data between them and can work properly. Okay, so there is no need of any human intervention. Okay, so M2M communication is the form of data communication that involves one or more entities that do not necessarily require human intervention or intervention in the process of communication. M2M is also named as a machine type communication, MTC, or 3GPP. Okay, so M2M communication could be carried out over mobile network, GSM, GPRS, CDMA, e-video network. So in M2M communication, the role of mobile network is largely confined to serve as a transport network. Okay, so we have to provide, because there is no any rule na, that all the machine are close together. Okay, so if one machine is in this factory and another machine is somewhere located at another location, then if we want to communicate, if we want to set the communication between them, then we have to provide something, any network. Okay, so any network between them, so that they can use the network to exchange the data. Okay, so M2M is only a subset of IoT. IoT is a more encompassing phenomena because it also includes human to machine communication also. Okay, so M2M is a subset of IoT, or we can say that the one small part of IoT. Okay, so radio frequency identification, RFID, location based service, LBS, lab on a chip, LOC, sensors, augmented reality, AR, robotics, and vehicle elements, which are some of the technology innovations that employ both M2M and H2M communication. Okay, so these are some technology which employs the M2M as well as human to machine communication. So reasons for shifting from M2M to IoT is that it supports the multiple application with the multiple device. Why we move from M2M? We already have a M2M previous, but now we use the IoT instead of M2M. So it provides the multiple solution to the multiple device. It is a information and service centric. It supports open marketplace. IoT uses a horizontal enable approach. It requires generic commodity devices. Okay, so used in a B2B and B2C. Key features of M2M is that first is a low mobility. M2M device do not move, and if moves only within a certain area. Okay, so it area of moving is very low. Okay, so low mobility is there. Second one is a time control. Data can be sent or received only at a certain predefined time periods. Okay, and in IoT there is no any time controlling. Okay, third one is a time tolerant, that sometimes data can be delayed. Okay, so in IoT there is no in most of the case there is no any delay. Okay, so fourth one is a packed switched network operator to provide a packed switched service. Okay, so fifth one is a online small data transmission. So device frequently send or receive small amount of data online. Okay, so they rarely use the internet. And sixth one is a low power consumption to improve the ability of system to efficiently service the M2M. So this is low power consumption is a good thing. Okay, seventh one is location specific trigger, intending to trigger M2M device in a particular area, wake up the device. Okay, so pillars of M2M is one. Six pillars of M2M is following. First is a remote monitoring, is a generic term, most often representing supervisory control, data acquisition, and automation of industrial assets. Okay. Second one is a RFID, is a data collection technology that uses the electronic tag for storing the data. Okay, so you also see that the RFID is used mostly in offices and various places where we want to identify a particular person. Okay, so Then third one is a sensor network monitors physical or environmental conditions, with sensor nodes acting as a cooperatively to form maintain the network. Okay. Fourth one is the term smart devices. Sorry, smart services refers to a process of networking equipment and monitoring it at a customer site so that it can be maintained and serviced more efficiently. Okay. So fifth one is a telements to integration of telecommunication and informatics, but most often it is refers to tracing and navigation and entertainment application in vehicles. Okay, so sixth one is a telemetry is usually associated with the industrial, medical, and wildlife tracking application that transmit a small amount of vehicle data. Okay, so these are the six pillar of MTM, M2M, machine to machine communication. So architecture and components of M2M. First is this is the figure of M2M architecture. So we learn one by one. First is that and the system components of M2M solution are as follow. First is a M2M devices. Okay, so a device that run application using M2M capabilities and network domain function. M2M device is either connected straight to an access network or integrated to a M2M gateways via M2M area network. So first is the machine devices. All the machines devices are connected with the network domain. Okay, so they can access the network or interface to a M2M gateways. Okay, so sometimes they are connected with the gateways also. So second is a M2M area network. Uh, M2M area network provides the connectivity between the M2M devices and the M2M gateways. Example of M2M area network include the personal area network technologies such as IEEE 802.15, SRD, UWB, Zigbee, Bluetooth, etc. Okay, so or a local network such as a PLC, MBus, wireless MBus. Okay, so there are many type of communication networks are there. Okay, so M2M area network. So you can see in a figure that this is the network domain. Okay, so all the technologies are there and they are connected with each other. Okay. Third is a M2M gateways. So equipment using the M2M capability to ensure M2M devices interworking and interconnect connection to the network and application domain. The M2M gateway may also run M2M applications. Okay, so fourth one is a M2M application server. Application that run the service logic and use the service capability accessible via open interface. Okay, so this is the fourth one. Fifth one is a M2M application. Last here, application domain. Uh, the application component of the solution is the realization of highly specific monitor and control process. The application is further integrated into the overall business process system for enterprises. Okay, so this is the architecture and components of M2M network. Okay. So this is it for today, and in next lecture we will discuss further. So if you have any kind of doubt related to this chapter or content, then you can comment it down, and don't forget to comment your enrollment number and name in comment box so that it will counted as your online attendance. Thank you.